We, the students of Adukroman Senior High Technical School, recommend organic fertilizer, compost, to every farmer to use. These are the importance of using organic fertilizer or compost. It's a cheap source of fertilizer that every farmer can manufacture or prepare without using money. It also combines soil particles together. It controls erosion, and it does not contain any chemical that will harm the consumer.
This is an episode on what you can compost and what you cannot compost. So I'm about to cook this beautiful red snapper for dinner. And I figured, you know what? Let me do a little video on what can be composted and what can't be composted. So, yes, you can use all the fins, the clippings, the gut that you will not eat. Okay, so if you're cooking fish, for example, and you got it, you got the inside, yes, you can use it. You can dig a little hole and directly insert it in there, and it's just going to decompose next to your plant, your tomato plant or whatever, and feed it with nitrogen and very good nutrients. Okay, so once I got the fish, I will show you when I go into the garden to plant it. Can you compost chicken? No, you cannot compost anything on this meat. So again, know what you can compost and know what you can't. Again, I know I've shown you this before, but in this is banana peels, orange peels, and coffee grinds. You can compost that. And as I shared with you on our last episode, you definitely can compost brown leaves. You can compost grass clippings, cut grass. You can compost paper. All right, so I'm going to go into the office and show you. That's the shredder. So in the shredder, I shred paper. Yes, you can compost this because it has carbon. It can break down. Can you compost glossy paper like photo-like stuff? No, you cannot. Again, you want to stick with paper that is compostable. So again, you can shred this with your hands and throw it into the compost pile. So I get a lot of junk mail, as you can tell, a lot of it. So what I do, especially with the junk mail that I don't need, that I want to discard, what I do is I rip them up. Rip them up. Here's the paper in its original state. Here is the ripped up version, which is going to go into the compost. So again, it's just a combination of your green organic matter and your carbon organic matter. And this newspaper is carbon, the brown stuff. Okay, so you throw it into the grass clippings of last week or last episode, and there you go. So basically, composting is anything around your household or in your backyard that you can mix together. They break down and they become soil for your plants. So you're not like depending on fertilizer imported. The fact that it's imported doesn't mean it's better. It means Western nations take your money. Okay, when God has given us all that we need and it's all around us and we can put our heads together, take the time to break it down and use it to grow beautiful stuff. In the compost pile, that's the one on the countertop in my kitchen. Just cut up all the fish fins and the tails, and I dump them into my countertop composter. That's how it looks like. Now, what I do is I add the paper. Okay, so all you got to do is just throw everything in there. Okay, and then, of course, it's outside in the element, so it will break down. Trust me, it will break down. You have a pile. And anytime you're gardening or doing something, after it breaks down, just add it to your plants. Mother Nature will thank you, because that's how things ought to be. Things don't have to be manufactured in a lab for them to grow plants. That's a no-no. That's not how it's supposed to be. Mother Nature gave us a beautiful way of breaking things down that we've used or don't need and return it back to her. Students, Adukroman Foundation again. So there's a tree out here in the back that sheds its leaves dutifully every fall. And what it does is, over time, it creates, guess what? Compost. And all Adukroman Foundation has to do is come grab it and go use it. So, there you go. I use that. I fill the hole up. And it's going to produce more. Look at how rich this is. You see it? Beautiful soil. So, let me get more, because I can't have enough of compost that makes things look so beautiful. And that's nature giving back on its own, so you don't have to go to the West and think, oh, the fertilizer there is the best thing on the planet. No, it isn't. It's created crap, which is not good for anything. Not for your pocket, not for the planet. So, in this episode, look at how rich that soil is. Alright. So I wanted to show you what I do. I'm going to put that in the potting, in the pot, and put those beautiful plants in, and they'll be so grateful. Like, thank you so much. You are so smart to use what the trees have shed and nature, the elements have broken down. All right, students, that's it. Very rich soil.